Oh no, he's actually choking. He's actually gonna choke me.
I do this as a profession, so I only had to do it.
Bro, he only does it professionally, yeah?
Would I stop breathing? Is that
1122, yeah,
You
the
wouldn't
ambulance.
stop breathing. What would happen is that the blood supply to your brain would be cut, and then you would go unconscious.
Oh,
Anji,
that sounds fun. That sounds good. Assalamu alaikum guys, I'm here at Faisal Masjid. It doesn't look like Faisal Masjid. Once I open the magical door, I will be in Faisal Masjid. Welcome to Faisal Masjid. So I have done an open invite to all the community, expat community or overseas community that are living here in Islamabad to come down. No idea how many will turn up. We have a meet at Faisal Masjid for Jummah, and then straight after we are going to brew for some coffee. I think the adhan's going on, but I can't really hear it. At the beginning of the video, I can say, look, I've been choked. Oh no, he's actually choking. He's actually gonna choke me.
I do this as a profession, so I only had to do it.
Bro, he only does it professionally, yeah?
Would I stop breathing? Is that
1122, yeah, the
You wouldn't
ambulance.
stop breathing. What would happen is that the blood supply to your brain would be cut, and then you would go unconscious.
Oh,
Anji,
that sounds fun. Brother Wajahat, why don't we start with you then?
Bismillah.
You, mashallah, you've been here 3 years, you said.
Yes, I have.
You went directly from London to
3.5
Islamabad.
From London, North London, Enfield, to Islamabad in G10.
Mashallah.
Yeah.
But then what you said was, what really shocked me, right? He told me the whole story.
Okay, yeah.
Right? But then he never wanted to come to Pakistan like I didn't either.
No.
But then when he chose Pakistan, how quickly did you come here?
Within, I'd say within a few months. As I said, the plan was not Pakistan at all. I was applying for jobs in Medina. I was on my laptop just looking for jobs in teaching or schooling or anything, and I just wasn't getting any response. And then I always remembered that, alhamdulillah, my father, may Allah bless him, he invested in Pakistan, you know, when we were kids. You know, that time we used to criticize him that, why are you investing money here? You know, I used to always have that, you know, discussion with him that why do you not invest in property in the UK? Yeah. So when we're married, we'll have something there. Why are you investing here? We're not going to be living in Islamabad or Pakistan or this and that. But he goes, Putara, samajh aa jasi ek din. You know, one day you'll understand, you know, why I'm doing this as a backup. Yeah. If you don't want to, that's fine. But I'm going to be going on a holiday myself as my dad. Yeah. So I'm going to be using my property. So then one day I just put two and two together. I thought, okay, you know what? I'm applying in Saudi. I'm not getting any responses. Yeah. Dubai, I don't want to go. I've heard already the cost of living and stuff is just... It's
through the roof.
Yeah, it's not my thing. And I've been to Dubai as a tourist. It's not my thing. I don't see that as a... For me personally, I don't see that as a hijra place for me.
I lived in UAE for 6 months, you're completely right. And I had a similar experience to this brother, that I did not consider Pakistan at all. It's only when I came back to the UK and then I was like, you know, I need to go, and Pakistan's viable. Like,
yeah.
So I said this to everyone. If you're Pakistani, you're going to end up in Pakistan.
Yeah, true.
You're going to look around all the other countries.
Yes.
And then you're going to end up here. There's a brother who we're going to meet later on today.
Yes.
They went to Istanbul, settled there, everything. 2.5 years into it, that's it, they're here now.
There you go.
They're living not too far.
MashaAllah.
They're in D12 right now.
Yeah.
So
I think your parents' roots, to a certain extent, do matter. For example, I know a Muslim brother back in the UK from Gambia, right? So he's moved back to Gambia. Yeah. You know, his parents originally are from there, and he's been on holiday there since he was a kid. Yeah. Just like you and me, we've come to Pakistan on holidays as well when we were kids. I have. So every 2 years, my dad used to bring me to Pakistan. So you know, you have that connection, bro. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in our DNA, in our genetics and stuff, Pakistan somewhere is written there. You know, because of our parents and ancestors and stuff. It's written in the genetically now.
Familiarity.
Yeah, there is a familiarity.
You know what to expect.
Bro, listen, if I go and do hijrah to Gambia, I'd struggle. I'd probably make it. but I'll struggle. I'll struggle with the language, with the people, with the culture, right? So as much as we are connected to our British culture and that being our lifestyle and our way of life, we have this DNA genetic connection. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this connection. So yeah, that's why I end up, thinking that, okay, Saudi's not working for me. I'm applying for jobs. I'm not getting any responses. Dubai, I don't want to go. Malaysia is that my one home visa thing is too expensive. So I've got limited option. And you know what? I'll just try out Pakistan because my dad's got a property there. Alhamdulillah, I will save on rent. So that's the first benefit. That's the first benefit I have, that I don't have to pay rent. Sorry, Dad.
I love it.
So I don't have to pay. Well, Dad said you don't have to pay rent. Just pay 1 or 2 bills. Get the grocery here and there, this, that. You do that and
look after yourself.
Alhamdulillah, yeah. Look after yourself. Make sure you guys can run the show. So Alhamdulillah. Then I thought, okay, yeah. Then it took a few weeks. That when Saudi wasn't working out, Dubai wasn't working out. Then I thought, okay, you know what? I need to get out of here. COVID's vaccines are going to become mandatory, all that stuff. And you might want to cut that out. And I need to leave. This is the right time. My kids are still young. That was another point. My kids are still very young. My youngest one was 4. And that time my son was 7ish. And I thought, you know what? Yes, they've been going to school here in the UK, but it's only been like a year or 2. So they'll easily adapt. They'll easily adapt. And another benefit, I told the brother Farhan on the way here, back in 2012, I actually got married in Pakistan. I got married to a Pakistani born girl here, lady. So when I told her about my plans for hijra, she loved it. She goes, okay, does that mean I get to go back to Islamabad? Because that's where, my in-laws are from, PWD. And I said, yeah, we're going to go back to Islamabad. We're not going to the village area. We're going to live in the city. I'm going to live in my dad's house. You can visit your parents. And she loved it. So that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it easy for me. Trust me, He made it in many ways. For me being married to a Pakistani Muslim girl, that was easy for me. Having the luxury, which is a luxury of having a property here, that was easy for me. For me having a Nadra card and being an overseas but a dual national, that was easy for me.
That made things very, very convenient for me as well. I don't have to deal with the headache of visa, the additional cost, which can be quite expensive wherever you go.
How hard was it to convince your kids and your family to come and move here?
My wife and kids had already spent 6 months in Pakistan. My wife knew probably that we would eventually move back there anyway. My kids have got a lot of cousins here. They liked being able to go to the park in the middle of the day. I didn't really have security concerns, so they were quite happy to move. And because they weren't, my eldest was 11 when we moved, so they were quite happy. They were happy. They were a bit sad, obviously, to leave some family, but they have a lot of cousins and family here. So again, Allah made it easy for me that my wife is also from Islamabad. And we have a lot of family here.
I've seen a common theme that kids younger than 10, it's easier for them to adapt.
100%.
Kids older than 10, once they're going through their teens, it's a bit difficult.
Especially if they're going to school and social circle, these kinds of things.
They've got their own habits there.
Once certain thoughts have been ingrained into their personality, then they start becoming a bit slightly more rebellious.
The West has this whole instant gratification thing where you can get certain things very, very easily. It's very, very tempting for somebody within their teens. Maybe as you get a bit older, you get a bit of discipline, but
become a bit wiser.
But it's very that kind of lifestyle can be very, very.
So alhamdulillah, my kids, they adapted quite easily. The mother being from Pakistan originally helped big time, and then alhamdulillah, I've been trying to support my kids as well. They go to like an Islamic grammar school here, which has an Islamic curriculum and a Cambridge curriculum, so they teach all that stuff as well. And then my wife became a teacher in that school. So she teaches some of the subjects. So that all helps.
What do you do for income then?
We have a small online Islamic academy. So my wife teaches Quran. She specializes in teaching young kids with learning difficulties. I teach older kids like fiqh, aqidah, seerah. I teach at a local MMA gym called Victus MMA in PWD. I am a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. I fought in MMA. I'm a former very high international level competitor. I have more than 30 medals. So I coach there. I'm a Brazilian brown belt and a Chu Kwong man from the UK. So I coach there 5 days a week.
Awesome. So he works in Pakistan as an MMA instructor in a gym. And brother Wajahat,
I run an online tuition academy. So I have tutors from Pakistan, and we have clients from UK, but now we have clients from Europe.
as well.
And we also have clients from people, from families who've made hijra to other countries like Malaysia and stuff. And they haven't actually found a school yet, so the kids are homeschooling.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Is there any messages you want to give to the people considering Pakistan to move to due to the life in the West? What push do they need?
Well, the push is obviously the current environment already in the UK with the recent riots happening and Islamophobia slightly on the rise. The right wing in the UK slightly on the rise. All the other stuff that you guys know. You're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your future generation.
Yes.
You're doing it for your progeny, like your children. Okay, you myself might be okay in the UK. You got your local masjid, you're right, your iman is fine. You can handle it. But how about your kids?
Yeah.
And how about your kids' kids? And what if one of your generations leaves Islam? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to be turning in your grave and crying and regretting your decision. That, you know, only if I tried something else. So yeah, the motivation, you don't need, right now you don't need motivation. The current environment, okay, let's just put the riots aside and how about the cost of living? Look at the cost of living. The inflation's gone through the roof. People can't even afford to pay rent back in London.
Can't even buy a house now.
Yeah, especially in London, people are struggling big time. The food bank lines are growing.
Wow.
Food bank lines going through the roof. So you've got cost of living as a motivation. Why not try another land which is slightly cheaper, especially if you could generate a UK income? So I know two brothers from Leicester who have put their house on rent in the UK. So this is a good idea which I'm mentioning here. So they've done up their house, put it on rent, and now that's become a passive income, right? So imagine you're earning, I don't know, £2,000 in rent. You know, that's like
more than
5-6 lakh rupees here. Yeah, over here, even if you live a luxury life, maybe 2 lakh, 3 lakh, you know, I think that's about it really.
We advise aim for £1,500.
Yeah, £1,500, right.
I think estimated between 250 to 300 pounds family member, depending on lifestyle.
So for those people, the audience who have a property already, and they can easily put one portion or the whole entire house, flat, whatever, on rent.
And come here.
Use that as a money, as initially to come to Pakistan or another Muslim land. And then while you're here, with that passive income, you can start coming up with new ideas. You can see around you what's going on, what your expertise are, what can you bring in terms of business or income, extra income, this and that. But yeah, I mean, your question was about the reason.
That answered it well.
That answered it, yeah.
You've been here yourself. Wajahat's been here 3 years. I've been here almost 2 years. 2 years. So how do we feel collectively? Was it worth our move? What do we think? Would we ever want to go back to the UK?
100%.
Want to stay here?
100% stay here. I visited the UK not that long ago, and when I went there, I was like, thank God we moved.
Yeah.
And so I was there for 6 weeks, and I really couldn't wait to be back. It's like you said, it's like religious retention per generation is 70%. So that means 3 out of 10 of every generation are going to leave Islam
in the West.
Maybe some adults are confused, maybe they're a bit naive that they're not in touch with the youngsters, but if you have any idea what's going on at secondary school,
college, university,
red light alarm bells should be ringing.
Definitely.
It's not it's not what it was like in our time. It was bad then. It is way worse, and it's progressively getting faster. The brainwashing, the propaganda, the programming is only
just started.
It's only just started. They introducing at school, right? No one even thought about these things, but suddenly you start giving ideas to young kids, and suddenly they go, oh, now, okay, maybe I am homosexual because the teacher's telling me that some people are like this.
And the reason why I'm talking about this a lot, because I'll be honest, this was my main motivation. I don't really have much more to say rather than these few topics. These were my main triggering points which made me to leave. But yeah, your question about, you know, how do I feel here? Alhamdulillah, I don't have any regrets. No regrets. I do think about this quite often. Yes, I miss the UK.
Yeah.
I miss my relatives. I miss my best friends. I miss my locality. I miss UK every day. There's no denying about that.
Hijra is not
easy. It wasn't meant to be.
But you got to sacrifice for the future good, like you said, for the future generations.
But yeah, when I came here, like before I came here, I'll be honest, my depression was very high. My anxiety level was very high. And I swear, as soon as I landed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just took that away. Took that away. You know, you feel even with Pakistan's political and economical climate, I still feel comfortable. I still feel that peace, that serenity. UK, I was always looking over my shoulder. Always over my shoulder.
When I was traveling to the UK, I felt uneasy about leaving Pakistan to go. And when I landed, I felt much safer.
You know what people think? Sorry. People think that the whole of Pakistan is unsafe. It's not like that. Okay, maybe some parts of Karachi, or maybe the majority of Karachi is unsafe. Maybe parts of a village is unsafe. But Alhamdulillah, in my experience, in my 3.5 years in Islamabad, I've had more issues back in the UK than I've had here.
True.
My house got robbed just before I left in the UK. It got robbed. I had people come inside the house at night time and they took everything.
I had a similar experience before I left. 3 men came on my drive, cut out my catalytic converter while I was home. I think it was 8 p.m.
So Alhamdulillah, I find this city, I can't talk about all of Pakistan, right? But I find Islamabad, the barrier towns, Islamabad, stuff like this, I find it okay. I find it safe, Alhamdulillah. And my wife finds it safe. My kids are okay. My kids back in the UK, I would not let them step outside the house.
Same.
Over here on my road in G10, my kid, after Asr time, he's cycling up and down the road. My daughter's playing outside. I keep an eye on them. I keep an eye on them. But I know my neighbors here now, and I know everyone's keeping an eye, and they're all cycling around, and you can tell that they feel safe. Whereas back in North London, trust me, I could not let my kids out of my sight at all. I was so scared, and I was scared for a reason, because stories happening every day.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so people think Pakistan is unsafe. Okay, yeah, maybe certain parts of Pakistan are unsafe, but that doesn't mean that every single city or every single village or every single town is the same. Generally, barrier town and
people are out to get you.
No, not at all. Alhamdulillah, I have no regrets. Alhamdulillah, I believe I made, with the help of Allah, I believe I made the correct decision, and I stand by my decision. And now because I haven't actually been back to the UK in 3.5 years, I haven't been back. I will only go if there's an emergency, because I've got my family there. If there's an emergency, I will definitely go. But because I haven't been there for 3.5 years, now I reckon I will feel so weird going back. I will feel so weird.
I felt weird going back after a 1.5 years. I found it a little bit of it was a cultural shock.
I'll feel it. I reckon I will feel it proper. Because what it is, I never came with the intention of holiday. If I came on holiday, even if it was a long holiday and I went back, I would always know I only came for a holiday. But because I came for a hijra, and I've planned things here, and I'm doing things here, and I'm trying to move on with my life, trying to create new opportunities, and try and fit into the local culture as well, the halal culture. So now if I go back, oh my God, there's going to be, I will go back into depression and stress and anxiety.
Same here.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, brothers, thank you for your input to the vlog today. Another brothers here. We're going to go inside, drink our coffees, have a drink, have our sandwiches. Inshallah, see you guys in the next one after 3, everyone, including you, Usman. We're going to say Assalamu alaikum after 3. 1, 2, 3. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
You didn't say it. You have to say it again.
Inshallah.
That's it.